Hello everyone, and welcome to another amazing and beautiful Motivational Monday. Today is amazing and beautiful because it's so full of potential. It's something that we can use to our advantage because every day, of course, is a blank canvas for us. And today I'd like to talk about something a bit more topical to the season, I guess. Though you may not realize it thanks to the weather in some places, depending on where you live, it's getting close to being, I guess, spring, right? We're finally into March, and that would mean that spring is either here or it's around the corner. Now, just because the weather hasn't changed doesn't mean that it's not time to start taking advantage of the time as if it is spring. One thing that people traditionally do around springtime is spring cleaning. Spring cleaning in and of itself is not a new concept. At the beginning-ish of the year, you decide that you want to overhaul and clean out things in a massive way. Now, of course, this can be used multiple ways, and we can apply this to different facets of our life. Not just cleaning up the cleanliness and clutter of our homes, but sometimes cleaning up who we are and maybe some impurities within us and our souls. But what does that mean? How can you clear yourself and clean yourself of impurities? Well, there's plenty of different ways. One way, of course, would be making a new goal and maybe sticking to it, or figuring out whether or not you've already let go of your New Year's resolution and making sure to bind it back up and get it back on track. Other ways are, of course, to flush yourself by maybe trying to relax and changing things and flushing your system of impurities by maybe doing some sort of a detox physically. Or you can even do one mentally. Do your best to take time and do breathing exercises or meditation, something that can help you clear your mind. Maybe find a new thing that really grants you happiness. Maybe start taking part in hobbies that you really do love, that really do bring you joy. These are all fair ways to get rid of the baggage of what might have been a negative start to the year. Obviously enough, as much as we may want the next year to be great, there are roadblocks that can sometimes hinder our progress. But that is not the end of things. Allow yourself to clear that inventory of negativity. Get it out of your mind that maybe the year has been off to a bad start, or maybe some bad things are coming down the line, because the future is completely unpredictable. There are things, of course, that we can guess, but there's always a path to change the way things are. If you decide to start taking that path, that in and of itself is a way of actually doing some spring cleaning and changing and cleansing out some impurities of maybe what would be a bad mindset. Because honestly, what's in here is just as important as what's in here. You know, we can follow our hearts, but sometimes if our mind isn't there to give us the information we need, we can become lost. And vice versa, if we're following our brain and maybe calculated paths and things that scientifically make sense, but maybe passionately we're not there with it, of course, you can lose your ability to fulfill that thing. It's important to have a nice balance of both, and a great way of doing this is to make sure that you are cleansed of all this gunk. But that's what cleaning is all about, right? Getting rid of the nastiness and the clutter and the filth and basically purifying yourself. How satisfying is it when you go to the sink to wash your hands and maybe you just got done doing something that made your hands rather dirty and you can see the black sudsy water starting to drip off of your hands. You know you're cleansing your hands of that impurity. You're making it safer for you to be able to eat some food, or maybe if you have an itch to maybe scratch at your eye. You don't have to worry because now your hands are pure and clean. Do that to your mind, your body, and better yet, your soul. There's many ways of doing this, and I couldn't sit here and catalog all of it because, to be honest, I don't know all of it. I know what works for me. You need to figure out what works for you. But having the impetus of actually wanting to fulfill that and follow that path is just as important as actually finding the knowledge to be able to do it. So, wrapping things up, find out how you can purify yourself. Do some spring cleaning and get rid of the negativity that may have built up already in the beginning of this year. Or if anything was hanging around from last year, get it off of your shoulder and get rid of that bad or dark cloud that may be above you. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did indeed enjoy this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel because I am making Motivational Mondays every single week. It brings me great joy to bring these to people, and seeing people comment below and tell me that they've enjoyed these or maybe even share stories with me about what's relevant to the message really makes me happy. So if you want to comment below, we can have a little bit of a dialogue. With all of that out of the way, I'm going to link stuff right here for you guys to check out, so make sure to check them out. Even if you've seen them, clicking the links does help the channel, so I thank you if you do choose to do it. And above all else, remember that if no one else is there for you, these videos will always be here for you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to have an amazing week, cleanse yourself of impurities, and go forward positively and cleanly. Have an awesome week. I'll see you next time.